So we're gonna talk a little bit about sugar and find out why you're all here. And so we'll talk a little bit, and then we'll do this demo, and then we're gonna make, if there's time, a human sugar flow chart. I've also never done that before. It may go horribly wrong. Hopefully no one gets injured. You guys have insurance, so we're all set. Okay. What do you guys think is the #1 question I get asked as the staff veterinarian / medical director at SmartPak? From the Andis group, what do you think is the #1 question I get asked? You think about it. From the William Raby's equestrian group, what do you guys think is the #1 question I get asked? She says, how much is too much sugar? You're very close. Any ideas? What is my horse's weight? Body, yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, I don't get asked a lot to evaluate people's horses unless I'm on site, but yeah, sure. Do you guys have any ideas? I'm thinking you're gonna think I get asked about joint supplements or something. It's actually, how much sugar is in X supplement that I buy from you? Now, X supplement is, how many of you are on Get SmartPaks, Get supplements, use them for your horse? Not a lot of you. Well, so these are called SmartPaks. And the supplement is in the SmartPak, and you peel and pour it, all that. You go to the booth to get the whole story. But I want you to notice, this is a daily serving. It's not very much. So the takeaway today, I understand if you have to leave and you have to be somewhere in 20 minutes, so you might only stay for the first part. The takeaway is, don't get stressed about the amount of sugar in a supplement, because you compare this amount to the amount of hay that your horse gets a day. How much hay does your horse eat per day? Say it louder. Oh my gosh, this woman, you're hired. She says 1 to 2% of the body weight per day. So if it's the magic 1,000-pound horse, right? It's 10 to 20 pounds of hay. And I'm worried, but I weigh my hay. I enjoy weighing hay, and 10 to 20 pounds of hay is a lot of hay. So you look at that, and hay can be anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20% sugar. That's a lot more sugar than a supplement that's an ounce, 2 ounces, whatever. So the key takeaway is, think more about the sugar in your hay that your horse's diet is based on than about the little bit in a supplement, okay? We all agree? That's the point? All right. Now I need 10 volunteers. I'm gonna pick you, because I know you. Okay, so you're one. I need 9 volunteers. So what you'll do is you'll come down, and you can come through here, or you can walk around, whichever, I don't care, but I need you to come and sort of congregate here. What we're gonna do is, now remember, I've never done this before. I feel like it's a magic trick. Oh, here we go. I've got Ziploc bags full of sugar. And if you can't see, please come closer. But some have very little sugar, right? And some have a lot of sugar. So what these guys are going to do is they're each going to come up and grab one of these bags of sugar, and then they're going to look at these other Ziploc bags that are things like grass hay. This is a carrot, very good. This is a apple, you guys are doing great. And here I have peppermints. Okay, there's some grains here, some multivitamins. Oh, here's an alfalfa hay. So they're going to try to match the Ziploc bag of sugar with the actual product. And when they get done, I'm going to tell you, what this is and what the typical daily serving is. So this isn't a daily serving of hay, right? It's just a representative that fit in the bags that I bought. But we talked already that your horses would get 10 to 20 pounds of hay. So, okay, and I was going to run this like The Price is Right with the music, and come on down, you're the first contestant. But I had so much trouble getting this microphone to work that I ran out of time to get the music queued up. So just hum it in your head and then come on down. So start on this end maybe, come this way. Yeah, and you you can phone a friend. I'm sort of mixing my game shows, but talk to the audience, talk to your friends, and just grab one. Everyone just grab one bag. All right, what should we talk about while they're doing that? What questions do you guys have? Yes? Oh, so she wants me to talk about beet pulp for 3 minutes. That is no problem. Anyone who knows me knows I love beet pulp. My horse loves beet pulp. I tend to soak it. You don't have to. There's a lot of rumors about beet pulp that, oh my God, it will cause horses to choke. Nah, not really. It's the nutritional profile of beet pulp is between grain and hay. So it's got characteristics of both, and it tends to serve as a soluble fiber in that the bacteria in the hindgut ferment it, and it produces energy and calories in a very safe, cool fashion, as opposed to being high in sugar and being the pixie stick that we get if you fed horses this, right? So it's great for horses that can't have sugar, like horses with equine metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, Cushing's, that are prone to laminitis, that have certain muscle or like metabolic diseases. PSSM would be great. Just if you're an easy keeper or you tend to be overweight, it's a superfood. It's also good for horses that don't have good teeth and can't chew, maybe long stem forage anymore, and horses that need to gain weight. So the hard keepers. I find that thoroughbreds do really well on beet pulp. Who here uses beet pulp? Pretty much one person in each area. That's interesting. By the end of the talk, we'll aim to double that, so 2 people in the area. So that's 3 minutes. So someone make a dong or a bong or, yeah. Is everyone done?
I think so.
Okay, so who was the 8? Wait, so you're going to have to stand so that oh goodness. All right, so we put the, you know what? Did you all see this? My cheat sheet was laying right here.
No, we didn't see it. We didn't look.
Really? Okay. Okay. I had it. Okay. So A is, oops, they've got it on the wrong thing. A goes with the ration balancer. The person who did this to me, God bless her soul, she's so busy, but she still did me the favor, didn't put how much was in here. I'm going to go with a half a cup. I think it's a half a cup, like 4 ounces, with a 2-pound daily serving of ration balancer. Now, what the heck is a ration balancer? Let's start with this. Who feeds a ration balancer? Nobody here? 2 people here and 1 here. Do you want to explain what it is? Like, you can tell me and then because I have like 6 mics on. Perfect. So what she said is the ration balancer completes and balances the diet in terms of protein or amino acids, vitamins and minerals, and it bridges the gap that your hay might not completely fill. So it would be fed in instead of grain, because grain provides sugar and calories, and ration balancers just provide the nutrients. Are we good with that? Okay, so that's the ration balancer, and that is A. As I reveal the answers, I'll have you hold them so they're off the table. Okay, so we're left with these smart cookies that are homeless. Okay, next we have B, very little sugar, right? Like not even a tablespoon. Goes with, so close, so close. Yeah, the carrot. People get really freaked out about feeding their horses carrots, and you don't need to be. You can feed your horse a carrot, and it's fine. What you maybe shouldn't do for the horse that has a sugar or carbohydrate intolerance is feed a bag of carrots. That might not be fine, and it's also Not necessary. Mine gets I have a 1,500-pound horse. He's stocky. And he gets 2 baby carrots. And he thinks he's like the king. So you don't have to feed a bag of carrots. I mean, this is a large carrot, so. But less than a tablespoon. There you go. All right, C. Remember how this was, we already saw this one. This is also a small amount. That's almost the same as that one. This one goes with the Smart cookies. So they told me a serving was 4 ounces. And this is SmartPak's brand of treat. I'll hold it up, there you go. And they come in the large pellets, they look like hay stretcher pellets. That's 4 ounces, is this much sugar. And I think I don't give my horse that many treats in a week. And he's a good boy. So again, I went to a talk, it may have been here years ago. Give you that. And the person was like, we have this pony and he keeps foundering and we can't figure it out. And it's a problem and we've tried everything. And so I was asking him about diet and exercise and turnout and medications. Turns out, I was deep diving, drilling down, they fed him a 1-pound bag of peppermint candies a day. And I'm like, you know what? I think I've hit upon the reason. So that was just way too much sugar. Okay, next one is, let's go with E. Well, I'll tell you what, these guys did a great job because I don't know if these are right, we'll see, they're very close. They did these really big bags of sugar, which is like 2 pounds, feels like maybe 2.5, goes with the hay. And did she say how much hay she's feeding? So this represents 20 pounds of hay. This is how much sugar is in 20 pounds of hay. That's why you soak your hay to horses that can't have sugar. And what are the rules of soaking? Like, what's the time? No, I'll tell you why. Who soaks their hay? All right, how long do you soak it? Okay, so good. 30 minutes in hot water and 60 minutes in cold water. And then you just feed the hay, but not the syrup water that you have made, because that is delicious and dangerous, the 2 Ds. So, but what you're trying to do is leach out the sugar. You can, by soaking, you can reduce a hay's sugar 20 to 30%, which is significant. Because what's the amount that most experts, veterinarians and nutritionists, want the percent of NSC? We'll get to what NSC means. You asked me about sugars. Yeah, under 12%. So if you have your hay analyzed, which I highly recommend, you have your hay analyzed and it's 15%, 18%, 20% NSC, might not be the 20%, that's too much. But if it's, in the high teens, soak it, and then it's less than 12%, and you can feel much better about feeding that to your horse who is sugar sensitive. Okay? If I say something that a lot of you are beginning to look like almost overwhelmed, I'm happy to rewind, happy to say it again a different way, happy to slow down, but you gotta tell me. So, yes?
Can your feeding create a sugar sensitivity in a horse?
Her question was, can your feeding create a sugar sensitivity in a horse? It's not that it creates it, it's that it expresses it. The gene is in there, and by feeding that gene sugar, it expresses itself in equine metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, Cushing's disease, laminitis. So I said the same thing you did, but a different way. It's a really good question. Okay, so we did the Smart cookies. You can just have those. There you go. Merry Christmas. Okay, and we did the 2 hays. They're very heavy. So you can, and there you go. You're doing great. All right. So they put K with the digestive supplement. And can you see how much is in here? You were so close. Some of these are so close, it doesn't matter, but this is maybe 2 tablespoons, and that's what's in the digestive supplement. And so you compare this amount of sugar, give me a hay, yeah, sugar, hay sugar, with this. Do you see how this doesn't matter because you're feeding this? Okay. Hay.
And how much of this?
This is a daily serving. Yep. 60 grams. Yep. Yep. So, there you go. Okay. I heard question. Oh, she's over there. We can't see you. You're behind. You're behind.
She asked about our feeding and the gene.
Yep. Oh, so this lady wants to know if you feed sugar to a horse who has the gene to be sugar sensitive, how long will it take? I don't know that that's been studied. I'm happy to put out a guess, except I'm being videoed. I'm going to go with a couple months to a year. Yeah. All right. Here's one you've got paired up. You've got D paired with the senior complete feed. So close. So this is what, like a half a cup, maybe? No? Lower? Up? More? Like 3/4 of a cup? Okay. And that goes with a daily serving of fortified grain. This isn't the daily serving, this is a representation, but a daily serving of a fortified grain is like 3 to 5 to 7 pounds, and you get 3/4, she tells me, of a cup of sugar. So horses that are sugar sensitive are not supposed to have simple carbohydrates, should not have fortified grain. It simply contains too much sugar. Okay, she's nodding. Can everybody nod? Yes, we agree to that. Okay, who doesn't have a bag? You don't have a bag. All right. Now I have sweet feed, which is kind of a giveaway, right? Because it has sweet in the name. They should maybe call it sugar feed. These guys said H, and it's not, it's actually F. So this is sweet feed. What is sweet feed? Who feeds this? No shaming here, but who feeds sweet feed? There might be a little shaming. Oh. Sweet feed is you can see oats and corn, and then there's a nutritional pellet in here with vitamins, minerals, and protein, and also sugar in the form of molasses. And how much? Two cups? Cup and a half? Yeah, this is my expert here. She can eyeball the sugar and say how much is in it. So that's what you're giving your horse each day if you feed the full serving. Okay? I know, do you even want to hold it? Blah, blah. All right. They had put this one, what? Oh, question. Thank you. She wants to know if sweet feed that you feed to a mare, a pregnant mare or a mare with a foal is, okay. So why do you feed sweet feed? Let's start there. Say it again. To gain weight, to add calories. And in the horse that is not sugar sensitive, is not carbohydrate intolerant, calories in the form of sugar is very effective. It builds weight. Now, mares have big jobs. They're either growing foals or they're making milk. In fact, even more than a horse in heavy work, whether you're a racehorse or eventer, the mare making milk midway through the foal's life demands the most calories of anything a horse does in its entire life. So sweet feed is a great way to get those calories in. Mares cannot get all the calories they need from hay alone. But if the horse is sensitive to sugar, if she's going to develop laminitis or has equine metabolic syndrome or Cushing's, can't have it. It's just too much sugar. So this is the senior feed, or the complete feed, and this is how much sugar in it, which, what do you want to say? Three cups? Okay. And it's so much, it seems higher than the, can you hold that sugar up from the sweet feed? It seems higher than this because you're feeding 5 pounds of that, you're feeding 15 to 20 pounds of this. That says 10 pounds, this says 17 pounds, so about almost twice as much. So that's why. But I just wanted you to know that. Okay, so we're out of people, so we're back to you. Oh, let's do the peppermints. The peppermints are J. So the peppermints, half a cup? Half a cup, do you think? But that's that many peppermints, so. But peppermints are 100% sugar with peppermint oil flavoring. I don't give my horse peppermints. That is off his menu. He does get prunes, that's a different story. All right, can I give these to, I'll give them to you. Oh, here's the apple. What was the apple? The apple was G. Oh my gosh, you guys got this right. So this is maybe 2 tablespoons in the apple. All right, I think we're back to here. There you go. What did I leave? I left the multivitamin supplement. It's all the supplements are the same. They're just not high in sugar. That is just not something they contain. I mean, it's going to vary from what it is and who made it, the brand and that, but in general, they're not like, I did a hay person, hold up your hay. They're not like this or the sweet beet. You're not going to get that in a supplement. So, okay, so you guys can put those down. Let's give them a round of applause. They did great. Yes. Okay.
Does grass pasture equal hay?
No. His first question is, does grass pasture equal grass hay? The answer is no, because grass pasture is going to have pretty high water content. Grass hay is dried. It's about 90% dry matter, and so it's more concentrated, whereas the grass hay the grass pasture is diluted. Now I could talk for half a day on grass, because right now is really dangerous time for grass, because it's sunny during the day. Well, it was sunny yesterday, and then the nights are freezing. So the plant, back in 5th grade science, they taught us about photosynthesis. Anybody remember? You do? Okay. The lady who feeds sweet feed remembers. The plants use sunshine and air and water to make sugar. And then during the night, when the sun goes away, they use up the sugar to grow and make seeds and flowers or whatever plant business needs to be taken care of. And then in the morning, the sugar in the grasses is very low, except when it gets cold like this. When it freezes at night, they don't use up the sugar, they store it. They're like, ooh, bird, whatever. So they start the next day with all that sugar they made the last day, and they just keep increasing until full winter and they die. So this time of year, everyone knows spring grass, bad, right? Fall grass, worse. There's a lot of horses that founder in the fall, and people are scratching their head. That's why. So be as scared, if you have a susceptible horse, to grass pasture in the fall as you are to spring. So that was your first question. What was your second question? Oh, you know what? I thought about that. He asked, how does whole oats compare here? Whole oats is better than corn. I wouldn't feed a horse corn. It does have a fair amount of sugar, but here's the really cool thing, and that's why carrots and apples are not off my list. Oats, especially whole oats and whole vegetables like this and fruit, they come with not just the simple carbohydrates, but they come with the complex carbohydrates or fiber. Another word for that is non-structural. Structural is fiber, non-structural carbohydrates is sugars. And it turns out, when you add a fiber to a sugar, the fiber blunts the sugar. So that's why I can feed my horse prunes. which are quite high in sugar, but they're also quite high in fiber. So instead of spiking, having a sugar spike and then a low, it is more like this. It's blunted. Does that make sense? Raise your hand if you think that made sense. That's pretty good. Raise your hand if you think it didn't make sense. I'm okay. Okay, good, right. So the next thing I want to try, because you guys are a great audience, I want to try to make a human carbohydrate flowchart. Right? Who's with me? Yeah? Because I think you have to come down because you asked a question. Yeah, but you asked a question, so I'm doing this for you. And you'll learn more if you're in it, if you're engaged. So I need 10 more people.
I'm still confused about how much sugar is in oats.
It's less than the fortified grains and sweet feeds. His question was, I didn't do a good job of answering his oats question. So it's too nice to say it that way. But he wants to know, okay, lady, but how much sugar is actually in oats? And the answer is less than the fortified grains and sweet feeds, but more than like the carrots and apples and the supplements. And more than beet pulp, which I don't have here either. But 1, 2, 3, 4, I need 6 more people. Okay, now, can you just to make it look great, can you put out your arms, everybody, so like a flow chart? So I need, so back up a little bit. Your arm comes to her. So you see how this works? Does it look like a flow chart? Like she's the head, raise your hand up. She's the head carbohydrate. All right, so you're touching her. Great. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now you've got who touches who, right? You see it? Okay, put your arms down, because I know that's hard. So the lady in the back, raise your hand. She is carbohydrate with a capital C, okay? All right, the next two, raise your hand, and you raise your hand. All right, she's structural carbohydrate. She's a fiber. She's bulky stool. She's what makes the stool she's what makes the stool work. She's what keeps your intestines healthy. Right? Let's give her a hand. Thank you so much. Okay, put your hand down. You, on the other hand, are non-structural carbohydrates. So somebody asked me, go ahead, put your hand down, what NSC meant. NSC stands for non-structural carbohydrates. That's when we said, what should hay be? And we said 12%. And if it's higher than that, soak it or sell it. Soak it or sell it. I love it. Write that down. That's really good. That's her, okay? Now, if you're a non-structural carbohydrate, you have 3 choices. You, my friend, are a simple sugar. You are very bad. You are a starch, still bad. You are a fructane, you are really bad. You go stand over there, we don't like you at all. Yeah, we're not gonna speak to you anymore. No idea. So, anyone heard of fructans before? Fructans, anyone heard of that term or read it somewhere? Saw it in a magazine? Really? Okay, so there's researchers actively studying why horses develop laminitis or founder. And they think it might be because of a type of non-structural carbohydrate, not sugar and not starch, but fructan. A very, very specific F-R-U-C-T-A-N. Fructan. Well, this is your homework. So you came to Equine Affaire and you thought, I'm going to shop, I'm going to see horses, I'm going to watch clinics. You didn't know you were going to have homework. Sorry. So look it up. Yep. Read about it. Wikipedia is your friend. It's a very accurate source, actually. So now let's go on this side. So our fiber back here, our structural carbohydrate. Do you know why they call it structural carbohydrate? Yeah, because she is the one, not only keeps you regular, she's the one that allows plants to stand up. She gives plants their form. You are wonderful. We like you. Okay. From her, there's this non-digestible fiber. It's called lignin. That passes clean on through and there's no nutrition from it. It is bulk, pure and simple. You dressed perfect for it. This lady here is digestible fiber. Raise your hand up. Digestible fiber. We like her. In fact, of all these people, she is the most popular. She's the best person. She's the cool one. You want to be friends with her. Okay. And here's why. She's called digestible fiber because it's not the horse breaking down the icky bad sugars and starches and fructans and perhaps causing laminitis and equine metabolic syndrome and all those bad things. The bacteria, the good bugs in the hindgut, are digesting this fiber and making cool calories and very safe energy for the horse to use for calories. For your pregnant mare and nursing mare question, if you can feed digestible fiber, that would be ideal. Very safe, nothing bad's going to happen. From the digestible fiber, there's a couple different kinds. They don't matter. They're both wonderful people. So this group right here, you could call these people beet pulp. Very safe, great energy source, adds calories without any danger. We really like these people. So ask me your carbohydrate questions. Yes, lady in purple. I can't hear you at all. Sorry.
So you can get beet pulp with molasses. Stay away from the molasses.
I got it. Her question is, there's two kinds of beet pulp. There's beet pulp with molasses and beet pulp without molasses. Really interesting fact that the beet pulp with molasses actually has less sugar than the beet pulp without molasses. I know, you're like, what? So why is that? The reason is when the molasses is taken out of the beet pulp, the way it's processed, some is added back in, actually more than what was in there to begin with. So you want the less processed beet pulp. Now I just have a little bit more, then I can answer your question. There are people who soak their beet pulp. Nothing wrong with that. They don't only soak it, they drain it. And so when I'm talking about soaking hay, I mean soak the hay, drain it. Okay, so there's people who soak the beet pulp and drain it and squeeze it and they rinse it. And they're feeding no sugar. Okay.
That was my.
Oh, do you want to ask it so I can answer it and look smart?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we soak our beet pulp and then we don't use what's left in the bottom of the
Okay.
bowl. We just feed it out. So
Yeah, so she's feeding even less sugar. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you get one more question, then yeah.
So let's go along the same thing. Beet pulp, you said earlier, has weight gain.
Yes.
But then you have questions with weight gain.
No, you're making assumptions the wrong way. So beet pulp can be used as a weight gain in horses that are hard keepers, but it's not weight gain. Remember, this is my beet pulp group. It's not weight gain from sugar, it's weight gain from the fermentable fiber. And so when you ferment fiber to make like beer, it produces what's called volatile fatty acids. That doesn't matter, but it's a really great source of energy in the horse. And so it adds calories very safely. It won't pack on pounds like fat. Because if you have, say, a thoroughbred off the track, I must have said something really good because she's taking a note here. If you have a thoroughbred off the track and you're doing, 4-star advanced 3-day eventing with him, so he's already a hard keeper, showing some ribs, and you're burning a lot of calories conditioning and competing, that horse needs some calories, and probably you're going to want to feed fat. I would feed beet pulp too, but so beet pulp, don't think of it as packing on pounds. Think of it as a healthy way to maintain healthy weight. I know I use healthy a lot in that sentence, but don't be scared of beet pulp. And you can feed it in a little bit or a lot. So feed it like you salt things, salt to taste, feed to taste. Yeah. Yes.
can you feed a supplement fat along with beet pulp?
Sure. Her question was, can you feed a supplemental fat along with the beet pulp? Yeah. Like I had a hard keeper, thoroughbred, and I fed him a little alfalfa, a little beet pulp, and a little fat. And he did great. Yeah. Plus it tasted smashing. All right, you guys, you did great. Thank you so much. She's up here Googling to make sure I'm not telling tall tales. What other questions do you have? Oh, wait. There's a lady with her hand up. She's very patient. Yes. Oh, her question is, that's a super question. And I didn't pay you, right? Oh, okay. Thank you. Her question is, how do you measure sugar in the grass throughout the seasons to know like when it's dangerous and when can I feed? I'll give you a few rules of thumbs, but I also write this down. Everyone get out paper. You want to go to safergrass.org. How many have been there already? You have. You look like someone who have been to safergrass.org. No? Safergrass.org. O-R-G. Safergrass.org. Everything you want to know about grass is on that website. That lady has devoted herself to grass. It's even more than I want to know, and I want to know a lot about grass. But to answer your question, coming out of winter, let's say, when the days begin to warm up and the days are above freezing and it's sunny, but the nights are still below freezing, danger, Will Robinson, right? That's bad. So I would keep my horses off the grass at that time. Once the nights are above freezing in the spring, you can start introducing your horse gradually to grass. And my horse wears a grazing muzzle, like all the time. He never gets grass without the muzzle. And we have a video camera outside my barn, and when he goes twink and takes it off, someone runs out there and puts it back on, because it's really important that he doesn't eat grass. So then you have the summer, and in the fall, then it's the opposite, right? You're watching the weather. This is a really bad time of year because it froze last night here, right? It scraped ice on my car. So I would not graze my horse today, because today is the first day, I think, here that the sugar did not get used up overnight, like I was telling you before. And so in the morning, because the best times to graze are from 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. And I like to joke, I'm joking, you guys, I'm joking. The SmartPak is designing a fence that you set on a timer and the gate opens at 3 a.m. and then it brings your horses back in and closes at 10. We're not, but wouldn't that be awesome? So 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. And that's the kind of stuff you'll find on Katie Watt's website. It's totally worth going there. So you're working someday and you're bored, go check it out. Okay, I have time for one more question because she's going to like tackle me. You get it because you volunteered, yeah. And I called you bad names. Oh, wait. Her first part was if alfalfa hay is so high in sugar, and I didn't hear the rest because I got excited. But alfalfa hay has less sugar than grass hay. Thank you. Can you nod louder?
High in protein.
Yeah.
So that helps too.
Yeah, so alfalfa hay is high in proteins, high in calcium, some other things. It can be high in sugar, but it generally is lower sugar than grass hay. Same. Pellets are the same as the long stem forage and cubes, and if it's alfalfa hay. Now, if you buy it in a bag, then it's guaranteed analysis and there's a label on it. So buying bagged hay, whether it's grass or alfalfa, is a really good idea because you're for sure what it is. If not, you can always analyze it. But yeah, I don't mind alfalfa hay because you're not feeding 20 pounds of it either, right? Even my thoroughbred that was getting alfalfa to gain weight was not getting 20 pounds. So, okay, I think I have to go, right? Yeah. So I'll answer yours on your own, yeah, afterwards. But thanks, you guys, and thanks to the volunteers. Let's give them a hand.